What would you do if you were trapped inside a burning high-rise, dozens of floors above the ground, with no stairs, no elevators, and no way down? Now imagine this. You're inside a building. Everything is normal. People talking, working, moving around. And then suddenly, something changes. A smell. Faint at first, then stronger. Smoke. Now here's the question. How long does it take for a normal situation to turn into a life or death nightmare? Because in fires, seconds matter. Now imagine looking up, seeing smoke slowly spreading across the ceiling, alarms going off, people confused, some panicking, some frozen. And in that moment, you don't know what's happening yet, but your body does. Your heart starts racing, your breathing changes, and instinct kicks in. Now imagine someone shouting, "Fire!" And suddenly, everything explodes into chaos. People running, pushing, trying to find exits, and you follow them because that's what everyone does. But here's where things go wrong. You reach the stairwell, and it's blocked, filled with smoke, too dangerous to enter. Now ask yourself, what do you do when your only escape route is already gone? Because this is where the real nightmare begins. Now imagine trying the elevator, pressing the button again and again, but nothing happens. Because in fires, elevators shut down, and now you're trapped. Now think about that. You're dozens of floors high, fire below you, smoke rising up, and no clear way out. Now imagine looking outside the window. The ground looks impossibly far, too far to jump, too far to even think about, and that realization hits you hard. You are stuck. Now here's the terrifying part. Fire doesn't just burn. It moves, it spreads, it climbs. And in high-rise buildings, it can trap people faster than they expect. Now imagine the smoke getting thicker, harder to breathe, your throat burning, your eyes stinging. And this is where most people don't realize the real danger. It's not the flames, it's the smoke. Because smoke can kill in minutes. Now ask yourself, how long could you survive without clean air? Because every breath you take now is making things worse. Now imagine trying to stay calm, trying to think, but your brain is under pressure, panic building, people around you screaming, some crying, some calling for help, and that noise, that chaos, makes it even harder to think clearly. Now here's where decisions matter. Do you stay where you are, or do you move? Because moving could take you closer to danger, but staying might trap you completely. Now imagine the heat starting to rise, walls getting warmer, the air getting hotter, your body reacting instantly, sweating, heart pounding, and you realize this is getting worse, fast. Now think about this. Every second you wait reduces your chances of survival, but rushing without a plan can be just as dangerous. Now ask yourself, what would you do? Right now, in that exact moment, because this is where survival becomes a test, not just of strength, but of decisions. Now imagine finding a room, closing the door, trying to block the smoke, buying time. Because sometimes, survival isn't about escaping immediately. It's about delaying the danger. Now imagine covering your mouth, staying low, trying to breathe, but the air is still thick, still toxic, and your body is starting to react. Dizziness, weakness, confusion. Now here's the scariest part. Smoke doesn't just suffocate you. It confuses you. It slows your thinking, and that makes everything harder. Now imagine time passing, minutes feeling like hours, your options getting smaller, your energy dropping, and the fire getting closer, and closer, and closer. And what happens next is where everything changes. Now imagine this. The fire is no longer distant. It's close, too close. You can hear it, feel it, the heat intensifying with every second. And now, the situation becomes critical, because this is the moment where survival is no longer about waiting. It's about action. Now here's the question. What do you do when every option feels like a risk? Because staying means the fire reaches you, and moving means stepping into the unknown. Now imagine opening the door slightly, thick smoke rushing in instantly, forcing you back, your eyes burning, your lungs struggling, and you realize the hallway is no longer safe. Now think about that. Your escape path is gone, completely, and now you're running out of time. Now imagine the temperature rising even more, your skin feeling the heat, your body reacting faster, your heart pounding harder, and your mind racing to find a solution. Any solution. Now ask yourself, would you risk everything for a chance to survive? Because sometimes, survival means making decisions you never thought you could make. Now imagine looking out the window again, the ground still far below, but now, it doesn't feel impossible. It feels like your only option. And that's how desperation changes perception. Now think about this. In extreme situations, people do things they never imagined, climbing, jumping, taking risks, because the alternative is worse. Now imagine trying to signal for help, waving, shouting, hoping someone sees you, and for a moment, you think, maybe, just maybe, help is coming. Now imagine hearing sirens, distant at first, then closer, fire trucks arriving, people gathering below, and suddenly, hope appears. But here's the problem. Rescue takes time, and time is the one thing you don't have. Now imagine the fire entering your floor, flames visible, smoke overwhelming, your body reaching its limit, breathing becoming harder, your strength fading, and this is where most people lose, not because they didn't try, but because their body couldn't keep up. Now ask yourself, how long can you fight when your body is shutting down? Because survival isn't just about willpower, it's about endurance. Now imagine the final moments, your options gone, your energy almost zero. And then, something changes. A sound. Close. Real. Firefighters. Breaking through. Calling out. And in that moment, everything shifts. Fear turns into relief. Panic turns into hope. And survival becomes possible again. Now think about that journey, from normal life to chaos, to near death, and back to survival, all in a matter of minutes. And maybe that's the most powerful realization, that life can change instantly, without warning. And in those moments, the only thing that matters is how you respond. Because survival isn't guaranteed, it's earned, through decisions, through endurance, through the will to keep going, even when everything is against you. And that is what makes the difference between life and death.